what's up, y'all? This is Sayed back with another reaction, y'all, from the Fat Man's Podcast. I got another reaction for y'all, but please hit that like button and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 900 subscribers by the end of this month, y'all. So please do share this video with everybody that you see. The family, friends, whoever you see, just tell them to subscribe to the Fat Man's Podcast, y'all. But before we get into it, y'all, before we get into it, if you got to go see the original video, it will be up in the description, y'all. It will say original video next to it, and the link should be right next to the original video. And if you have any comments, please put up in the comment section. I do read all of them. I might not respond to all of them, but I definitely do read them. I did really?
It's okay.
I did respond to some of you guys this today. So yeah, I definitely do read them, and I definitely do respond to them. Not all of them, but I definitely do. So what's good from this reaction, y'all? It's from SJW Central. It's from Social Justice Warrior Central, and the title is Defund the Police. Social Justice Warrior fails in cringe, numbers 97. Me personally, I disagree with people that defund the police. I don't think we should, unless there's going to be another system that they're going to put out that's going to be like the police. I don't think there will be, so I don't believe in defunding police. There's actually here in Minnesota, there's a lot of cops that have not been. Even North Minneapolis, there's only like 250 cops out here. It used to be 1,000. It used to be over 1,000. Not over 1,000. Over like 800 cops only in North Minneapolis. So that's a big percentage that had been dropped down because, you know, the George Floyd thing and everything like that. So most cops don't want to deal with that anymore, which I understand. But yeah, me personally, I don't believe in defunding police. I think police are good. I'm not saying all cops are good, but I think most of them, I would say 98% of them are bad. You know what I mean? 98% are good, 2% are bad. That's my personal opinion on it. But hey, y'all, what's good up in here, y'all? We'll see what they talking about. You know how these people is. You know, they a little crazy in the head. You know what I mean? They got a little crack in the blood too. So yeah. All right, y'all, what's good up in here?
It's okay. We're not all bad, right? How old are you? I have an almost 9-year-old boy. Okay. So I saw you. And I knew I said it. I said I want you to be free. Whatever you're feeling is absolutely fine. This crazy world has dumped a lot of stuff on you in the last 3 months, right? I just wanted to say hi. Make sure you press on. Okay? Me. I'm sorry for interrupting.
I'm not in any show. I have rights. What the fuck is this shit? I just had my keys broken, stolen, got jumped, had my phone stolen, and these fucks let it all happen. Stay the fuck away from me, you fucks, everyone! Y'all need police around this bitch if you're me! Holy shit!
You're all right, man. It's just a bad day.
Really? Get me my keys back then! Someone get me those fucking keys from that fuck!
I don't have to tell you about the situation on the ground in your city, but in terms of how it looks to the rest of the country and the president teeing it up as basically ineptitude, the inability to control your own streets, is that fair criticism?
So I know it will shock you that the president is perhaps not giving an accurate or truthful picture. We've got 4 blocks in Seattle that you just saw pictures of that is more like a block party atmosphere. It's not an armed takeover. It's not a military junta. We will make sure that we can restore this, but we have block parties and the like in this part of Seattle all the time. It's known for that. So I think the president, number one, there is no threat right now to the public, and we're taking that very seriously. We're meeting with businesses and residents, but what the president threatened is illegal and unconstitutional. And the fact that he can think he can just tweet that and not have ramifications is just wrong.
The counter will be block parties don't take over a municipal building, let alone a police station, and destroy it, basically thumbing their nose at any sense of civic control. Do you believe that you have control of your city and that you would be able to clear those streets? Because you haven't.
We do, and the chief of police was in that precinct today with her command staff looking and assessing on operational plans. But we saw that it was a point of conflict night after night between the police department and protesters. And we wanted to de-escalate that. And what we decided was the best way to do that was reopen the streets. And that itself ended up with some ramifications for the precinct to remove anything that was valuable out of that building. But we will make sure that all of Seattle is safe. We take public safety seriously. But the description the president has given is not only wrong, but if it were right, his remedy is wrong. You don't dominate. Remember why we're here. You know, we're here because the nation saw Mr. Floyd murdered, and that lit a match across this country. And we have to acknowledge and know that we have a system that is built on systemic racism, and we have to dismantle that system piece by piece. We have to empower the Black community and communities of color. And
move by the city council certainly got a lot of people's attention last night, and we're so happy to have you clarify this. So,
hold on, yeah, before we get back up into it, first of all, the first clip, damn, all them guns, damn. I didn't see them taking any bullets, like they just took the gun, which that doesn't make any sense. But okay. Damn. And y'all say we don't need no police. Okay. It's sad that the little girl was crying over the police. Is this what we teaching our kids now? That all cops are bad? And I don't know that little girl's experience or anything like that, or she saw her brother get shot, or she saw her brother taken away, which I can understand. You know, you're afraid of the cops and stuff like that, which I don't think you should be afraid of the cops. You know what I mean? Most of the cops are good to me personally. I've got pulled over before, and none of the cops had been any racist to me or any like that. I've never seen that before. Most cops that I've met are good people, and just trying to survive for the next day, taking care of their family, stuff like that. And, that was sad to me. I think we need to teach our kids a little better now. Not all cops are bad and stuff like that. So please, I hope y'all teach y'all kids better. Saying that all cops are bad, or talking bad about the police in front of them and stuff like that, them getting scared of them, just by us seeing them. That's sad. On this guy with the black car, I feel bad for that man. Took his keys from him. I would have said F you all, to all you people. I'm sorry. I understand where he's coming from. It looked like he had a bad day. Understandable. He said, get away from me. Yeah, I would have got away from that man. Then the girl gonna take one of his pops. That's crazy. Now, on this mayor, it looks like she's lying. At first, it didn't make any sense to me because she said she took all of the valuables out the police station and they broke into it. How is that making? So that means he didn't have no control over it. Maybe that's what I got. Maybe that's my understanding of it. I'm not for sure. I've never been to Seattle. I don't know if that's really, that really was a block party or they just put a party up there and, they was trying to control it. But, then she went to the race card and stuff like that, which how CNN is. They put out, fake news, that. I think all news channels do put out fake news, but CNN put out fake news. Well, all right, y'all, let's get up in here.
What are you trying to do? Are you hoping by dismantling the Minneapolis Police Department that you will be getting rid of the police department?
I think in Minneapolis, watching George Floyd's death and the actions of the 4 police officers that were involved has been a huge wake-up call for so many in Minneapolis to see what many already knew, which is that our police department is not keeping every member of our community safe. And so I think step 1 for us is to tell the truth. 9 council members from communities all across the city of all different backgrounds standing together to tell the truth and say, this system isn't working for too many of our neighbors for too long. Our reform efforts have failed, and we have done many attempts at reform and new leadership in the department and many things. And we still see this tragic death. And so I think the wake up of our community is what's driving the city council's announcement yesterday. And now the hard work begins for us to rebuild systems that really work to keep all of our community safe.
But to be clear, you're not talking about reform. The word dismantle is intentionally different than reform. This is more than reform. This is dismantling. I mean, activists who support this are calling this a police-free future.
Yeah, and a lot of us were asked if we could imagine a future without police back in 2017 when we were running for office. And I answered yes to that question. To me, that future is a long way away, and it would take an enormous amount of investment in things that we know work to keep people safe. I mean, for a lot of folks in our community, stable housing is a safety issue. Having access to healthcare is a safety issue. And so having, I think one thing folks are asking is to stop investing so much money in this militarized police force and instead invest in the things that our community really needs. So, I know the statement was bold, and I stand by that bold statement, but the work ahead of us will be long. It will include every member of our community. It has to. And, I think we have very immediate things. We have a state action against our police department, which gives us legal mechanisms in the very short term. There's lessons from all over the country, all over the world that we're looking to take immediate steps while we work toward building the systems that we would need to imagine that future.
Do you understand that the word dismantle or police-free also makes some people nervous? For instance, what if in the middle of the night my home is broken into? Who do I call?
Yes, I mean, I hear that loud and clear from a lot of my neighbors. And I know, and myself too, and I know that comes from a place of privilege, because for those of us for whom the system is working, I think we need to step back and imagine what it would feel like to already live in that reality, where calling the police may mean more harm is done. And so in the very immediate, we have to lean into whatever changes we can make in our existing police department. I think we look to cities like Camden, New Jersey, that completely restructured their department as we build up systems. And we've already done that. We are not starting from scratch. We have invested in community-based safety strategies. We have knowledge in our community across the city. We've done an analysis of all the reasons people call 911 and have looked at ways we can shift the response away from armed police officers into a more appropriate response for mental health calls, for some domestic violence calls, for health-related issues. And so the groundwork is laid already in Minneapolis for us to build on that, to learn from folks around the world, but really also to listen to our community and put those community voices front and center as we build up those systems even further.
On a political point, as a Democrat, are you worried that you have just handed President Trump a great talking point or slogan or battle cry for his reelection to be able to say, see, Democrats want to get rid of your police. First, they come to take away your guns, as he says. Now they're taking away your police officers. Does that concern you?
You know, that's why I said at the beginning that it starts with telling the truth. And I think we've been afraid of a lot of things, of that, those political dynamics, of what would happen in our city, you know, to have our police force hearing these kinds of words. And that fear is what we have to really work through, because again, that's the fear that so many in our community are facing. That's the fear that we see, you know, from George Floyd's family, or the family of Jamar Clark or Justine Damon, who are also killed by Minneapolis police, who have told us we never want to see this happen again. And so those efforts that we have taken so far to stop this, to make sure no one is killed in this way, have not worked. So our statement is to try something new.
Hello, my name is Jane. I'm social justice based. Agree with me or you'll be shamed.
Sorry about that. My camera just cut out there for a minute. This lady right here, I don't know what she's talking about. But look, every question you ask her, she went on a whole soliloquy about some bullshit. Do not fund the police. I don't have any problem with you like reforming the police or anything like that. You know, destructing the police. You know, restructuring the police or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, better how to respond to, you know, strong better with calls and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with improving. You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong with improving, but if you really believe that we're gonna have a free system without police, you gotta be out your goddamn mind. If you're really fighting for that, you're out your goddamn mind. You gotta be one of the goofiest people in the entire world. If that was the case, she even answered the question, how would that look like? She didn't answer that question. She just went out a whole tangent about some bullcrap. After a while, I kind of zoned out, but we just like doing the she said, like, what if somebody broke into my house? What are you talking about? The system, your privilege. What are you talking about? Everybody can call the cops now. What do you like? That shit is weird to me. That shit's so weird to me when people say that dumbass shit. I'm sorry about my language, but stuff would be irritating me, man. This doesn't make any kind of sense. Like, I want to call the cops, and then you're gonna take the guns away. So how are we gonna prepare ourselves? If you're gonna take the guns away and you're gonna take the police away, what's gonna happen? And this other person have the gun. How that gonna work? See, people don't think too far ahead. This lady is out her rocker. I've never heard of this lady either in Minneapolis. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Like, you can call the cops now. I understand like the part where, you know, they can improve on how to better, you know, respond to better calls. But you gotta understand how, you know, like how many cops they have and how many cops they have and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to say, cops can't protect everyone, but they can definitely minimize how many people can get hurt and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't, you know what I mean? Cops can't really protect everyone. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. You know what I mean? they have like 3 levels of, you know, like priority phone calls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean, it's just cops can't protect everyone, and which I understand that. But hey, y'all, that's the end of the video, y'all. Please hit that like button and subscribe button. I'm sure to hit 900 subscribers by the end of this month, y'all, before my birthday. Actually, it's actually on December 5th, y'all. So we'll see if we can hit that, y'all. Yeah, if you have any comments, please put up in the comment section, y'all. I do read all of them. I might not respond to all of them. I definitely do read them. Go ahead and share this video with your family, friends, whoever you see. If you want to go see the original video, it will be up in the description. And y'all, Osiris off in the Fat Man's Podcast, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all.